guys, Jacq here and welcome back to my channel. I was really hesitant at first to post and film this video because I'll be sharing a personal side of me, but since the main focus of this channel will be more on self-care, dealing with anxiety, and helping me out in all those aspects, I will share with you my story and the real reason of how and why I lost over 25 pounds in just 1 month last 2016, and how both physical and mental health played on this. Huwag kayo guys mag-alala, this is not going to be a gloomy, pity me video dahil dati pa siya nangyari, 3 years ago pa, and I know that and I feel that I am better now and I am functioning well, so don't you guys worry about me. So prior to that unfortunate stage in my life, there were really a lot of factors that contributed to what happened to me back then. Number 1, I had poor eating habits. I only ate once or twice a day and I skipped breakfast. Yung tipong gigising ako ng mga around 10 or 11 ng umaga and I will prepare myself to go to work. Then around mga 1 or 2, darating ako sa office, and that's the only time nakakain lang ako. So that was my first meal of the day. Then after around 8 hours or 9 hours, yun, saka lang ako kakain. I had very long intervals. Kaya, ayan, diba? I really had poor lifestyle back then. Number 2, I had poor sleeping habits. A normal person should have at least 7 or 8 hours of uninterrupted sleep. Ako, nung mga time na yon, I only slept for about 4 or 5 hours na dire-diretso, yung walang putol. Well, daily yun ah. Most of the time, ganun lang. And the rest, yun nga, medyo putol-putol na. Which brings me to my next point kung bakit ganun ang sleeping habits ko and eating habits ko. I had too much on my plate. That's number 3. What do I mean by that? So I was an IT consultant for a US company before, and my engagement was equivalent to 2 full resources fully allocated to that project. So it required me to be, and well, not really required. Well, they prefer to have me in Asia and European time zone, so medyo pabalik-balik ng ganon since it was a global project, and I had no complaints about that. I really enjoyed my work and all, but my health was somehow compromised because of it. Apart from that, I was also taking 2 classes weekly for my master's degree, which involved a lot of cases, reports, exams, you name it, we have it, lahat ng mga klaseng requirements na meron. That was my responsibility at that time. Social life, wala naman masyado, hindi naman ako lumalabas, and I only go out whenever we have family gatherings or birthdays. 5th, relationships. Wala naman akong problem with regards to relationship, although at that time, I was living with my parents in our condo, and during the early part of 2016, both of my parents were hospitalized on, of course, 2 separate occasions. First, my dad was hospitalized parang mga January, and then around April, my mom naman yung was hospitalized, and that really brought upon somewhat a panic or uncertainty about me, about my family, yung ganon. Kasi syempre, hindi naman na sila bumabata, and I'm really attached to my family, even if I was already 27 years old. Back then, I was really close to my mom and dad, and I don't want to see them that way. It really took a toll to my state because of that uncertainty. I also want to share with you that I experienced separation anxiety at work then, kasi at that time, my husband, which boyfriend ko pa lang siya nung time na yon, he left the company to pursue business, which I really understand. But of course, ako, kahit na I see him or I can see him during weekends and all, I really had to adjust, and it was a very difficult adjustment phase for me. And also, a close friend of mine, which is na ka-project ko and was my lead, had to be on medical leave. It also added up to my emotional stress. 6, financial-wise, I had poor spending habits. I was spending way out of my budget, not for me, but for gifts for other people. So, minsan kasi, kunyari, may birthday si ganito, si ganyan, and their family, and of course, you want to give the best to them. I was giving gifts way out of my budget, which I regretted on months later. Hindi naman ako nabaon sa utang or anything, but I had very few savings at that time, which made me also very, very scared. And alam ko namang mababawi ko siya, pero kinabahan ako, and alam mo yun, hindi ako sanay na hindi stable yung financials ko at that time. And last was physical activity. Ayan, sobrang wala talaga akong exercise ng mga panahon na yon. Siguro walking papuntang office, walking papuntang condo, yun lang. I don't have any type of exercise. I never went to the gym or run marathon, siguro once or twice in like 5 years or something. But other than that, wala talaga akong physical activity at all. If my body could have talked back then, siguro inampas na ako, tsaka sinabi, umayos ka nga, yung tipong, alagaan mo yung sarili mo. Pero hindi wala pinabayaan ko siya ng bonggang-bongga. And that was around April 2016, I started having palpitations. And it really alarmed me kasi I never drank any coffee. Umiinom lang naman ako ng tsaa, which has a calming effect to the body. So, bakit ako magkakaroon ng palpitation? And my stomach was also acting very funny. Yung tipong may butterflies all the time. Na to the point na nakaka-distract na siya sa personal and work life ko. Na like from the office to going to class, minsan sobrang biglang sasakit lang talaga yung tiyan ko and everything, to the point that I want to go to the CR pero hindi naman pala, ganun. So, my stomach was really acting up. May time na we had a final presentation in one of my classes and I almost didn't make it because I felt very, very sick. Na pati yung mga classmates ko sabi, baka kaya mo pa ba? Like, makaka-report ka pa ba? Pero, sige, nagpahinga lang ako ng saglit. Then, sabi ko, okay, kaya ko to. And I mustered up all the energy that I had just to present and finish that presentation. And buti na lang, natapos din. Pero yung na-feel ko na masakit yung tiyan ko and all, and palpitations, hindi na siya nawala. Around me, I really found it hard to concentrate because I was distracted in most days. Apart from that, palpitations and funny stomach, I also had chest pains. Yung tipong naninigip na yung dibdib ko and I had difficulty breathing. So, that was the time that I really said na kailangan ko na talaga pumunta ng ospital dahil hirap na ako huminga. Yung tipong nakakatakot na siya. Na, true enough, I did go to the hospital by myself and I went to the ER around 2 or 3 times, and that 3rd time, I admitted myself in the hospital, and that was the only time that I found out that my difficulty in breathing and the numbing of my extremities and all was already an anxiety attack or panic attack. So I was always on the edge, and I was really scared because they did a lot of tests to see if there was something wrong with me, and they had some blood tests, ECG tests, stress test, yung tipong walk or run ka sa treadmill just to see if your heart is okay. Pero yun pa lang, kahit paglakad lang sa treadmill, hirap na ako, and that was a really painful experience. So, they gave me painkillers and muscle relaxants, but they didn't find anything wrong with me. So, napakahirap dahil I was experiencing all those things. I even lost my appetite. Pero wala silang mahanap na mali sa akin or any imbalances whatsoever. Days passed, my condition worsened. Since they couldn't find anything wrong with me, it made me feel very lost and hopeless in my situation dahil wala na akong magawa to stop the pain that I am experiencing. I even felt some sharp pains on my lower back already, and I lost my appetite greatly. I refused to eat. Yung tipong in-offer na ako ng mom and dad ko ng pagkain, and I was eating soft food na lang at the time, yung mga arroz caldo, lugaw, banana, ganyan. Pero hirap na hirap pa rin ako kumain because I had the fear that I will choke at any point in time, na sobrang hirap talaga akong pakainin to the point na nangayayat na ako, and yeah, I lost 25 pounds in just a month. So come June, from 115 pounds, I went down to 90 pounds. Just that. There were continuous checkups with the doctors, so specialized in cardio, gastro, and also did some ultrasounds and even radioactive tests to see if there was anything abnormal in my body, pero wala. They were all normal. And we also resorted to alternative medicine dahil wala na talaga kaming maisip na way to heal me. June 2016, I was 25 pounds lighter and not getting any better. Also at the time I was enrolled in my subject, I had to drop out of my MBA classes and take a leave of absence because I was already experiencing panic attacks in school. And there was this one time wherein I had this class, a very chill class, and there were no exams, no recitations, and everything. But I was seated at the back, and then suddenly I had difficulty breathing. Yung tipong hirap na hirap ako huminga kahit wala namang nakaka-stress sa environment ko. I was already experiencing a panic attack wherein the staff of the school had to support me and bring me to the clinic outside the university and into the mall because that was the nearest clinic in that area, and my parents even had to rescue me. So it was really a dark time na parang I had to sacrifice those things because I could not function well anymore. Na parang I cannot even go to my classes, I cannot even stand in going to the mall because I was always on the edge. Yung tipong parang I wanted to escape all the time. I even had difficulty going inside the church, pray and hear mass. Sobrang tinatry ko na lang i-lift up kay Lord na habang nagdadasal ako, sana maging okay, sana kayanin ko. Pero may times talaga na I had to go back to the car. I had to ask my dad na, Dad, uwi na tayo because I really could not take it. Even if I take muscle relaxants, even if I drink painkillers, it wouldn't go away that easily. There were a lot of things that triggered my anxiety and which made things worse. Luckily, one of the tests that the doctor has instructed me to do, one of that blood tests, that specialized blood test, we found the root cause of everything that I was experiencing. I had a vitamin D deficiency. In D, had low levels of the vitamin D, yung tipong nakukuha mo sa sun dahil hindi nga ako naaarawan for so many years. And kung mag-beach man kami or what, I always put my sunblock on, which led me, of course, to have very, very low levels na a normal person should at least have 30% or levels of that, but I only had half of the minimum requirement. Kaya pala ako nanghihina. Kaya pala nagsisignal na yung body ko that there was something wrong, and all aspects of my body were very, very crazy. It took a toll on me. Apart from the physical weakness that I was experiencing, I also had an emotional stress na parang hindi ko alam if masusurvive ko ba to. I was really, really feeling hopeless. I was feeling that I would not survive that at all because isang buwan lang, napaka-drastic nung drop ng weight ko na parang hindi ko alam if I would get any better, and even if I was taking medicine already for a person with osteoporosis. So, ganun kasi yung medication para dun sa mga kulang ng vitamin D. I didn't feel better at first, but I had to do it. I had to force myself to eat and drink my vitamins. Yes, vitamins. All those manifestations were the result of my vitamin D deficiency. I know that there aren't really valid studies about it, but according to some articles that I have read, vitamin D deficiency can also cause depression and anxiety, which I was experiencing at that time. So my family played a huge part in my road to recovery and healing. Without their commitment in making me better, hindi ko alam kung magiging okay pa ako. Well, I'm really thankful na ngayon okay na ako. I'm doing better and all. I would personally like to thank my dad, my mom, my siblings, my husband, and everyone who helped me recover. Most especially, yeah, my dad. Siya yung laging kasama ko when I had to go to the hospital for that so many tests na yung tipong kinakabahan ka na ano bang test na naman ito, may makikita bang hindi maganda, or may makikita bang abnormal or anything. I was really scared to go to the hospital alone, and he was always there for me. And also my mom, who didn't leave me alone in the condo. And isipin mo, 27 years old na ako nung time na yon, at ayoko mapag-isa. I really didn't trust myself to be alone because I was really in a dark place. I cannot eat well. Even if I wanted to eat, I cannot do so because my body was really on defense mode. Yung tipong kahit pagkain, parang takot siya na, and my mind was really, really distracted, and all I can think about is about survival and all the worst things that could happen to me when my mom and dad were away. And my siblings, and especially my husband, because thank you for being so patient. Dahil I was always clingy at the time. I always called because I am too scared to be alone. I'm too scared not to talk to anyone because I also feared my thoughts. And I'd also would like to thank my company back then, my manager, my team lead, and my project, because they were very considerate of me. And we had this work from home arrangement wherein I was able to work from my home because I love my work. I don't want to not work. And I still tried to meet my deliverables on time and contribute to my project in spite of all those things that happened to me. I was still recovering. And most of all, I would like to thank God, because without Him, because without faith in Him, I wouldn't really survive this whole thing. This ordeal that I had to face 3 years ago made me realize that faith in Him, faith that He will heal us in spite of all the things, all the negative thoughts and everything. He will be there, and He will provide people to support you, to be with you while you are experiencing those dark times. And I prayed a lot. Even until now, I pray the rosary every day. I pray to Mama Mary. I pray to the Lord na, Lord, heal me. Lord, protect me, my family. Make me feel better, make me better, and I will do all things in your will. I would also like to thank a friend of mine. Your story was so inspiring because let me just share with you guys this. That friend of mine during 2016 had posted on Facebook na he also experienced a very similar thing. He had a vitamin C deficiency naman. Ngayon, malalaman natin na vitamin deficiencies should not be taken lightly dahil bumabala yung levels mo sa minimum. Wala, magkakandaloko na yung katawan mo. And that's what happened to him as well. He had a lot of factors affecting his state at that time, which is very similar to what I have shared with you earlier. Sleeping habit, eating habits, relationships, financials, and all. It contributed to the anxiety that he was feeling as well. And to think na siya, nag-exercise siya. Ako, wala akong ka-exercise. So it really varies from person to person, but I was really inspired and touched by that message. And you know, we're not that close before, but I messaged him. I'm also dealing with the same thing, and I don't have anyone else to talk about it who really understood what is it like to be in that position. And that's what I want to share with you guys. That's why I wanted to share this story. That's why I wanted to create this YouTube channel, to educate you guys, to inform you guys that there are people like us who experience these things and who should not be afraid to share dahil nahihiya, dahil natatakot kung ano sasabihin ng iba. Pero hindi, it might help save a person's life. It might help people recover from whatever illness that they have. Diba? I hope you learned something from my story. I hope that it made you aware of the things that might happen to your body when you take it for granted. And I learned my lesson, and I will not take my body for granted anymore. Aalagaan ko na siya. I'm trying to do my best to give my body the proper care it deserves. I hope that you like this video so that I could create more videos like this one, and I will reserve for my next videos the things or the steps that I did in order to recover from my deficiencies and how to handle or manage my panic attacks and anxiety dahil hindi siya nawawala. Once you have it, it's always there. You just have to manage it properly and hope and pray that everything will be better. So please don't forget to subscribe, and thank you for watching. Bye guys!